Now, the carmaker of Vauxhall showed a reckless disregard for safety over the way it handled a series of fires on its Zafira B model. That's according to MPs. A report by the Transport Select Committee has found the company was too slow to act, especially when it allowed people to drive in cars which were still a hazard. Our transport correspondent Richard Westcott reports.
You can see why many drivers described it as terrifying. Their family car bursting into flames out of the blue, sometimes with the children inside. Fire taking hold in a matter of minutes. Even Vauxhall says it's lucky no one was seriously hurt. Today's report is scathing about the way the company handled the issue.
It took them a long time to act. When they did act and said they'd put things right, cars were still bursting into flame. And even at that point, they didn't recall the cars fully, and this is totally unacceptable and is putting people's lives at risk.
Well over 200 Zafira Bs caught fire because of a problem in the heating system. The true scale only really came to light after a Facebook group and the London Fire Brigade began noticing a pattern. Worst of all, this report says Vauxhall let people drive around in cars that were supposed to be fixed, but could in fact still catch fire. The company says safety is its top priority, and it's changed the way it deals with recalls to speed things up. Now MPs are calling for new laws to prosecute car makers who fail to sort a safety issue quickly. Richard Westcott, BBC News.
This is your brother YK. Today is the Friday, the 28th of April 2017. Time check now is 1:30 p.m. in the Queensland. Ghana there, it's about 12:30 p.m. And then I want to talk about something that I think we need to address and we need to talk about it. As civil society in that space, so that the right thing or the right things can be done by our elected officials who are called politicians, and specifically, our MPs. We have copied a system which is democracy, and the things that make democracy work effectively now, we cannot disregard it, and we expect to have any sustainable progressive results with the democracy that we are practicing. That is why we have so many challenges with the dysfunctional democracy we are practicing. Why am I saying that? And maybe when I watch the news here in the UK and some of these things happen, like this Vauxhall Zafira issue, I compare it to our country. Say, we copied the Parliamentary Select and Standing Committees of the UK. And what makes the UK democracy very self-correcting and very the way democracy should be, self-correctness of democracy is one of the fundamental cause of the FAPIM, the core functioning of democracy is its ability to correct itself. Unfortunately, we copied a parliamentary system where we have select and standing committees, but they are very ineffective in so many ways. And may the Vauxhall issue in the UK bear example. Now may there to road accidents which are killing people. Vauxhall issue in Paul. Fortunately for Vauxhall, not a single person has been killed out of these fires. But it's a big issue for the Parliamentary Committee on Transport. And that was the chairman of the committee talking. And if we want to fix some of our problems, our parliamentary committees need to be effective. Yes, our parliamentary committees need to be effective. They need to be effective in the sense that if we take transport, for instance, look at what is happening with Vauxhall and how the issue has been dealt with the Parliamentary Committee for Transport. They brought out a report. They have actually made recommendations that is not acceptable, and now they are going to make sure that manufacturers of vehicles, they are going to pass laws that will punish manufacturers of vehicles who do not take safety seriously. Democracy is the rule of law. Anything, my friend, one of my good friends, and I call him my baby bro, lawyers will tell me that um, what where anything that there is no law against is not a crime. So in effect, when something is going on and you need to make sure that the right thing is done, there must be a law to correct it. But unfortunately for Ghana, the people who are supposed to even enforce the laws are not enforcing the laws that are even existing. So we have a compounded problem that has got only one fundamental solution: law enforcement. So, as much as I'm even going to talk about the ineffectiveness of the committees we have in Parliament, what is happening to even laws that are existing? In this case, if it were UK here, this Parliamentary Committee for Transport, they would in fact invite the person or institution or agency who are supposed to enforce a law that are not enforcing it, that has caused this problem, and make sure say they answer to the people. The bottom line is we elect MPs to go to Parliament to represent the people, to seek the interests of the people. So let's come to Ghana. On our roads, in fact, on the average, in the last decade or 2 decades, maybe 1,800 to 2,000 people are dying on our roads annually. In fact, needless death. Needless. It shouldn't happen. Breadwinners, people who form the sole breadwinners of their families, dying on our roads needlessly annually. And I don't know if you know, you can direct me. Has there been any public inquiry by Parliamentary Select or Standing Committee for Transport to delve into why these road accidents are happening and make recommendations to try and at least curtail, what do you mean 2 road accidents I say, but the rampant way and manner road accidents are happening in Ghana now, it's not acceptable. It's not acceptable. At the time of Ebola's peak, right, that a state of emergency was declared in Sierra Leone and your friend saying, what's the other country? Guinea, I think Guinea or something like that. Up there, Guinea, Sierra Leone. It was happening really there. A state of emergency was declared there. People were dying on our roads in Ghana more than Ebola was killing people annually. People were dying more on Ghana roads annually. Sierra Leone, Ebola was killing about 1,700, 800. In Ghana, 2,000, 2,002 people were dying on our roads. Do we need a state of emergency in Ghana? Of course we do. Because people are dying. Our road is like a little weapon in Ghana. Killing people, innocent people, needless death. Breadwinners are being squashed, eliminated on our deadly roads. Something needs to be done. Oh, finally, I'll say, we in the civil society space, we need to take up this oversight responsibility to push our politicians to raise the bar for them. Parliamentary select committees need to be effective. They need to do their job properly. Those who are relaxing, we need to name and shame them and pinpoint. We should pinpoint where the problem is. People who are relaxing in taking up their responsibilities serious in the political corridors in the space now, we need to name and shame them. We need to call things by their proper names. We need to address issues from where it's supposed to be addressed from. Solving problems. Problem solving. Let's stop complaining and look at how we can fix problems in Ghana. There are road accidents going on, rampant, killing innocent people. Look at the UK here. Vauxhall issue, not a single person has been killed by these anomalies with this kind of this particular version of their models, but it's unacceptable. At least the possibility that someone could have been hurt now. Look at what is going to happen to Vauxhall. They are going to face the music, and needless people die on our roads, and we know most of it is driver carelessness. Drink driving drivers that are not qualified to drive on the roads, vehicles that are not roadworthy, overspeeding on our roads, and even the road itself. So the government needs to be blamed for some of the problem, because there are too many potholes in some of these roads. Are the road signs there? Are everything there for drivers to see? Say this place is not good enough to speed limit should be this and that. And what the issues that we face now are many, but their solutions are very simple. They are very, very simple. Most of our problems, I keep saying this, wherever I am, whenever I'm on radio, I'm writing, or I'm making one of these video talkovers. Most of our problems are problems that other people have solved them. Most of our problems in Ghana, I can, if I'm not mistaken, all of our problems, let me say 99%, are problems that are not just peculiar to us. Others have solved similar problems. We can adapt and we can fix our problems overnight. The bottom line is, the basic problems we face in Ghana is law enforcement. Until even the laws that are existing, we empower law enforcement agencies, especially the police. We give the police the complete autonomous powers to deal with the problems facing law enforcement without any political interference. We aren't going anywhere soon. It is important that politicians screw their heads on their necks properly and address the basic problems that the people face. These are social problems, too many social problems that affect individuals. Needless people are dying on our roads. We need to do something. If you go into politics, you need to have a conscience, you need to have integrity. You need to know that you are there to serve the people. If people are dying on our roads and you are a chairman of Parliamentary Select or Standing Committee for Transport and you are not doing anything, God will ask you. God will ask you, because you are the leader of that committee. Posterity will not forgive us. Let's help fix our mess in our country. God bless our homeland Ghana and make our nation greater and stronger. God bless.